Hey guys, new project today. Meant to get this going last night, but ended up not getting around to starting it. So, today we're gonna start actually a car kit that's been sitting in my stash for God, 7 or 8 years. Been a long time, but we're gonna get to it today. Start building it up. Some stuff I'll be able to do on camera. Obviously, a lot of the painting I'm not gonna be able to do, unfortunately. It's on up. Or the decaling on this, that's gonna be a bit of a monster. Yeah, suffice to say, it's got a huge decal sheet to it. Now, one of the first things I'm going to tell you guys right now that I am going to do is these chrome parts. As this is that really fake, sort of plasticky, not really well done chrome. So I'm going to take these and put them in the green stuff. It's like the non-toxic version of the purple powder degreaser stuff, and strip those down so that we can paint them chrome. Beyond that, though, it should be a fairly straightforward and simple build, as there's not a whole lot to it, as most of it's going to be doing the decals, as it's several layers that we're going to have to do. Now, some of this painting work that I will probably be able to do is here in the chassis area. I think it'd be easier just to paint that than go through the process of masking it off and doing all that. At least that's my personal opinion. Obviously, if you can think of a better way to do it, I'd love to hear, but at this point, I think just, hand painting it's going to be easier. Similarly with the brakes here, we'll paint the rotors themselves and then come back and paint up the brake pads. So, yeah. Let me move this and we'll get going. Just the camera. I need to do a little cleaning, as I say. On the upside, to sort of date and all that, this video did finish up the Abrams kit last night that I've been working on as a sort of main build. There's my pen. Okay. Now, one thing we are going to need to do, because I saw this earlier when I was looking at kit, is get rid of some of these mold lines. Just mark them with the pen so that once we sand them down, we'll know we got them. There was one there. Yep. There's another nasty one up here. I'm trying to find it again. So I can feel it, but it's a little hard to find it. Where did you go? This is where things get challenging. Here we go. I knew it was up in here. Okay, there's one there. Yeah, it goes all down this panel here. Oops. Sorry. Focusing and not looking at the monitor. Okay, so that's all down there. did it continue though? But no, marking it with the pen does make finding these lines a lot easier, and serves as a nice little reminder that, hey, you need to clean this up. Just sworn there was one down here. I could be losing my mind a little. So that's fine, that's fine. Fortunately. Okay, that's... Oh, wait, yep, got some more here. Some nice ones there. Okay, that's good. Now another thing I am going to need to find, or really get deep into this thing, is it's like another one right here, but it's a lot finer. Yeah, I'm gonna call this one too. Right down the part of the middle. Give me this combination of. Okay, so give me 2 seconds. Just got a text. Hopefully it's from. No, sorry. Expecting a text from a supervisor. Give me 2 seconds to find a clean sanding pad. Actually, 800 to 1,000. Okay, just start using a new pad. Just need to cut them up. Okay. Fine. Of course they don't freaking. Okay. I picked these up when a store nearby was going out of business, and they didn't mark what grit is what. God damn it. So I'm not sure which sponge is the 800 and which one's the 1,000. So I'm going to have to take a little bit of an educated guess. Just give me 2 seconds to cut these down. But I'm going to say the one on top's the 800 and the one on the bottom's the 1,000. I'm just going to use the Sharpie to mark them off real fast, just to give me some reference. Sorry about this. Was not expecting to do this. Because you would think, you know, you'd mark off and have some sort of identifier printed on. Which means some of the other ones I had gotten probably had the same, and just my little. Oh well. Okay. So let's get into it. All right. I'm trying to not go too overboard, and because the finish they got on this thing is pretty decent as is, which is nice. Now, obviously, I'll come back and prime everything, but the biggest thing is going to be getting all the gloss coats on, and I do need to find a better gloss for this type of work, because, yeah, I know a lot of the more professional guys use 2-part clear polymer paints. I wish I knew where I could get those. Granted, some of my issue are these things I can actually get in California. This is all crazy environmental laws we got out here. which unfortunately makes finding what should be, something that's relatively simple like paint into a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, this first part today is probably going to be just mostly prep work on this body part. Once we get this going, this is where a lot of the work's going to end up being once we get things further along. Because ultimately, this is the part that will be seen the most. Now, that's the thing with auto kits. The body on it is key part. The other thing is making sure you keep things relatively clean so you don't get stuff under. Okay. That's clear. And just, at least in my own personal experiences, just take it slow. Now, I'll openly admit I haven't built that many auto kits in my time. But a lot of it's just basic modeling skills. And when in doubt, just go slow. That's always the smartest thing to do. Take your time and go slow. Don't rush it. Now, when you rush it, it's when you're going to make mistakes. Now, another thing I am going to do after we finish prepping all this is come back in and deepen up some of these panel lines. Not because I really need to, but I think it'll look nicer. I think what we will do is go back over them, nice wash. That'll really make them pop, potentially. At least, I don't know. It's an idea. That's one of those, okay, is this going to create too much of an effect or not enough? We got a nasty little line here. Yeah, that's the thing with using the pen, as it does tell you where it is, and once it disappears, you'll know it's gone. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just adjusting. I'm not 100% sure if this particular portion is going to actually be seen, because I know looking at the instructions, there's another panel that's supposed to connect onto there, so we may be doing work we don't need to do here, but I figure at this point it won't hurt to, do it just in case. Okay. Turn this around. Oh. Part of the reason also I didn't get on to start this last night is because, in all honesty, they put DOA beach volleyball out on Steam, and kind of got playing that. As they basically made, since it's a port of the browser version, so it's more like a phone game than the previous entries. So it's basically you just set it to play and it plays itself. You just reap the rewards. Okay, got that done. Let's hit this panel. I definitely need to be careful here because the two I'm blanking on what they're called. but for the windshield, the squirter things for the window, I have little knobs here to represent those. I don't want to hit them, potentially sand them down. Okay, I think we got that done. So let's start with what I'm going to assume is the 800. Use this upper panel since it's nice and wide. Be able to tell how much of a difference this thing makes. Then we can either go back over with the other one, and we should be able to tell definitively. Okay, that took that down pretty nicely. Let's see if this is 1,000. So what should happen is if it is the 1,000, should get a little smoother, a little clearer. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, put that down for a second. Give me 2 seconds. I need to see. I know it's here. Yep, found it. Should higher grip. Yep. 12 to 1,500. So we'll do the same. Just gonna layer these up as we go. Because this is another thing with auto kits, is to get the best finish, you really gotta spend a lot of prep work. Especially where you're sanding, because even the smallest little imperfection is going to show up. Okay, 1,500. Sorry, I'm doing this again. Like the others are not marked. And 1,200. Hopefully these will hold for a while. Okay. So, let's just come back. Fortunately, I don't have it with me, but I think I left it downstairs. I also have 1,800 and 2,000. Oops. Back here didn't get quite. I'm trying to do it this way so that I keep going up. Don't make the sanding pits as deep. That's part of the reason why you see orbital sanders, because they, especially random orbit sanders, is it allows you to, not go over the same spot over and over, so you can even finish, as opposed to, really deep gouge marks. And once I finish this, I'll show you what difference this makes in comparison to that hood panel there that we also did. You can hopefully see the difference on camera, but it's a lot more evident here. Oh yeah, that's way different. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to see. Try to angle the light. Yeah, fortunately in 1080 it's not really going to probably show up, but here's the hood, if it'll focus. Pretty rough and dark. And here's the hood, much smoother. let's see. Next is to do 2000. I'm going to take one quick last look, just on the off chance I do have it up here. I don't think I do. I got a thing of 18 to 2000. No. 2 seconds. Just to shuffle stuff around. Granted, I could also just. Whoop. Wait. I found it. No. It's 320 to 400. Actually, I think I might go over those other panels with this as well. Hang on. I found something else. That's 1,000 grit. Never mind. Okay. Well. Yeah, no. Okay. Take one last quick peek. No. Okay. So looks like we're SLL there. I'm just gonna get a fresh little bit of 2000 and also get these other, because I'll use these other grits, because the one I went over these parts initially with is DMDM. 150, but albeit used. 150, way used. So use. Sorry, just marking up these other sanding pads. 320, so that we'll go use these on the other portions so we get a really nice finish. And you know what? I'm not going to use this. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. I want to check. This is bugging me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. No luck. That really annoys me because I could have sworn. I was gonna take one quick last look. I could have sworn I had that. I mean, I could have sworn. Alright. Okay then. So, looks like instead we'll just use this 2000. Give me 2 seconds to cut off a fresh piece because I'm not sure where my other pieces are. All I can figure is I must have seen it in a store and meant to get it and just didn't, or something, but God, that just, it bugs me. This is one of those, I could have sworn, and I may look again. Okay, let's hit this with the 2000. Let's get this nice and shiny. Unfortunately with this, because it's not a sponge, does mean I'm not going to be able to follow all the subtle contours as well as the sponge would. If I really, really wanted to get this thing super smooth, I'd be wet sanding as well. Okay, we call that good. Yeah, that's nice and clean and smooth. Okay, again, apologies there. And sorry, expecting a text back from supervisor about work time. Okay, so got that done. Now let's move on to the other. So I'm just gonna keep on doing the same to these other panels. Come back in here and get this cleaned up. This definitely has a little more bite than that other piece that I used. I guess that initial one I used has worn itself down even further than I thought. So back in 400. Just keep doing this process. Okay. Next up, 800. Now, what I think I will do after I check again, assuming I don't find it, is I need to go out to the store today. Let's pick up some 2000 sponges, because yeah, not finding those was bugging the hell out of me. I'd like to, obviously, get this do as much prep work, because all that's going to depend on prep work once we get it to the next phase. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to worry too much about any leftover pin marks, as those will get taken out when we prime. Just want to get this done up as nice as we can. And another thing I will check for is see if they have even higher end sponges. I think they do. That'll make things even nicer. There we go. That panel's now done. So I think what we'll do today is more or less get this piece done, and then I'll obviously call it quits. And yeah, because I do need to, like I said, go to the store. So yeah, now I went with this kit because in part I needed something that would, give us a decent amount of work time for streaming, but also because it had a relatively large box for it. So, I figured, hey, I can kill two birds with one stone. Pretty decent length project, combined with, getting rid of a good sized box, Because I'll admit, my stash isn't the biggest. In fact, from what I've been hearing, just people talking in stores and all that, sound of it, my stash is actually on the smaller side, which, in all honesty, scares the hell out of me a little. Because I thought mine was, decent size, but not, like, big. Knew it wasn't big, but to hear that it's actually kind of tiny, because I probably have a couple hundred kits total. But from the sound of it, most people have like a couple thousand. And it's like, okay, damn. And I don't feel so bad about what I have. Now granted, I don't know state of being those kits are in, if they're completed or if they're all still boxed. Okay, just taking a look. But yeah, that does scare me a little. Oh, sorry, need to stretch. Okay, let's move back on to this other panel. All right. Yeah, another thing with something like this is making sure you've got it, secured in your hand in some manner, so that you don't lose control, because it's one of those things that's easy to do. Get this little spot here that's, I think, is a little bit of a high. There we go. But now, control is the other key. And just making sure you don't lose control, and in my case, also making sure I still have it on screen. And another reason we'll come back in and deepen these panel lines is in case we've knocked them down too much during the sanding process. This will help make sure they've been restored. But no, unfortunately, a lot of this is just prep work for paint. And obviously, also, we still have the rest of the body to do, which I think we'll do next time. Which granted, I don't know when that'll be, just because of scheduling. Because I know tomorrow night I won't be able to do it, and similarly tomorrow during the day I don't think I'll be able to stream. What felt like a little bit of a high. Yeah, that's one thing also. If you do find like a little bit of a high spot, don't be afraid just to hit it with some high grit sandpaper without doing anything else. That more often than not will take care of it. It's one of those that never hurts. That's the nice thing about these high grit number sandpapers is they're really not designed to, take away a lot of material, just that ever so fine little bit of what have you. Okay, got that all shaping up. I'm just gonna take a quick look before we move to the back, just to make sure I got everything. That never hurts to do. Okay. Ooh, almost lost all the sandpaper. So I'll start on this corner. Do what I need to do. Do the other. And I'm going to double check if this is a spot that gets covered up or not before we do more work on it, just to be safe. Because I want to say it is a spot that gets covered. So, there's no real point in. Yeah, you kind of see here where this panel line's starting to disappear from the sanding process. So, I'll be a little more careful here, and similarly on the other side. We'll need to come back in and restore that. In fact, just as a precaution, I think I will do that now so I don't forget about it. That's more often than not something that's quite easy to do. Okay, scraper. Now I am going to do this a little freehand. Oh yeah, that really started disappearing. Actually, not going to do that freehand. Let me find. Where did I put those? Oh. Today's the eternal searching for stuff episode. Sorry, 1 second. Ugh. I do have some dino tape I can use to help and what's that? Help and try to align to. Oh, yeah, it's staring me in the face. Now, dino tape's great as it for scribing, as it allows you to allows you to give you an edge to work with. So about that length. Okay, give me 2 seconds to get this stuff started to peel. You basically just stick it on. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that, need to take a phone call. Sorry about that. Had to discuss some plans with my mother. That didn't quite go down like I wanted. There we go. Now we got it. Yeah. Lines up more or less with that. Okay. So now we'll just come back in with the scraping tool. And just very gently. Just going to use. Don't want to force it. Just want to add just enough of an edge. One more time. Yeah, come a little more. Now, wind out, check your work. That's the other reason not to try and force it, as it can slip. It's better to, be cautious and safe than either hurt yourself or hurt the model. You just want to slowly build it up. Each pass will take off a little more and a little more. And slowly deepen it. Now, obviously there are different size blades, but there we go. Now I'll just go back over with some 2000 just to smooth out the edge to blend it in. And there, we got our little thing back. Now this time I'm going to start at a higher grit just so I don't accidentally take out more than I want. Put the dyno tape back. I will save that small bit because I can use it again. Okay, I think I'll start with the 800 just because I don't want to take too much off. There we go. Okay. 100. 1,000. Now, I'll still come back in and, touch up the line. But if there's already a decent amount of the original line there, I don't have to do as much work. And 1,500. Now, let's check it out. Yeah, even doing that still knocked it down a lot. So, I'll just reapply the dyno tape again. So I can get to stick. And yeah. Okay. Now since the line's still, for the most part, there, I can just deepen it a tad. Yeah, you can even see just there. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. That little dyno tape's done. Now hit with 2000, that'll clean it on up. Okay. We did that. It's got those panels back restored. Good. Honestly, I'll still probably rinse this part off to help get some of the dust off. Now, let me double check the instructions. Which I put somewhere. Let me double check if that panel. Yeah, I think that whole panel up there gets covered by the tilt. Yes, okay, so I'm not going to worry about that. So yeah, made a little progress. Honestly, still have a decent amount of work to go. But at least got a lot of the body prep done. So yeah, I think what I'll do, I'll get those chrome parts soaking in the stuff to strip them. And I'll give that part, well, actually I'll set it aside because I might as well just wait and do it with the other parts. So, we're making progress. And yeah, we'll sort of go from there. And this will be a nice little side project. Though I will admit, next time I do a build stream, it'll probably be the Gansalot again, as I've got the base first part done, so it's ready for paint, and that'll probably be next time. So, until next time.